Welcome back to the channel. This particular video is part of our playlist called Learn English Vocabulary. It is dedicated to helping you improve your understanding and use of English nouns. By the end of this class, you will have learnt the most important uses and collocations of the word family. The word family is one of the most frequently used words in the English language, which is why it has made its way to our top 100 list of most commonly used English words. Before we get started, do consider helping us. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, give a like, and hit that notification button. This way we can continue providing you with more educational videos like this one. The origin of the word family can be traced back to two different Latin words, famulus, which means servant or slave. This will seem a bit counterintuitive to some, but might even make a bit of sense for others. Well, sorry about the dark humor. Fortunately, it is also related to the Latin word familia, which means the household, including relatives and servants. In the 15th century in English, it mainly meant both relatives and servants. While in modern English, the noun family is almost always used as a way of talking about a group of people related to each other, or to describing or talking about children. Let's find out about the many different ways we can use the noun family. We'll begin by having a look at frequently used adjectives with the word family. He has a large family, the woman noted. The adjective large is frequently used to describe the size of a family. She's from a very old family. Here, old typically refers to the fact that someone has lived in a region for a long time, and that the family name is well known locally. In rural areas it is common to hear the following sentence: he is from a land-owning family. This means that the livelihood of a certain family stems from agriculture. It can also simply mean that the family has accumulated wealth, and has invested part of their capital in land. There are several alternatives to describing families that are not from a privileged background, or families with a limited means of spending power. Here are some examples. The family is hard up. Here, hard up means that they have limited financial means. The two sisters were from a low-income family. This is similar to the previous example. However, you will typically find the use of low income in the context of societal analysis or political commentary. You can also use the adjective poor. There are unfortunately still many poor families in the world today. Some are forced to live on the streets in urban centers. Others have become homeless families. When we talk about family relations, we often use the following adjectives: close, close-knit, distant, immediate, nuclear and extended. We are very close as a family. We always stick together. You can also use close when referring to a mother, a father and their children. Although some families are quite distant, our family has always been quite close-knit. Grandma went to the hospital yesterday. She passed during the night. So far, we have only told the immediate family. Here the speaker tells us that only the closest family members have been told. If you are raising your child alone, as is the case for many, there are about 3 different ways you can describe this. You can say lone parent family, one parent family, or a single parent family. A nuclear family is under normal circumstances not radioactive. It simply means that we are referring to parents and their children, not the extended family. Conversely, you can also say, I grew up in a 2-parent family. Honorable mentions of adjectives used with the noun family are: after I met them, it was very clear who was the boss. It was a quite matriarchal family. I'd say that I'm from a quite typical middle-class family. Father worked at the railway company. He was a very proud man. Proud to be a working-class family. This was a quick overview of the most popular adjectives used with the English noun family. Let's turn our attention to some of the many verbs that go well together with family. You can belong to a family. You can be part of a family, and you can come from a family. Let's take a closer look at some examples. She belonged to an old established family. This means that the family has a long history in the local community. We all knew her so well that we felt she was almost part of the family. This is a very popular use case when describing how close non-family members can be. Most of our students come from middle-class families, the teacher said. The year was 1850, and she meticulously elaborated a plan to find a way to marry into a very wealthy family. Notice the use of marry into. It is a bit old-fashioned, but is still used in some parts of the English-speaking world. In our family, we have a very complicated medical history. Unfortunately, cancer runs in our family. Notice the use of the verb run to describe genetic patterns. In this case, a sad and tragic genetic condition, but it can of course also be something positive. He has a great physique. It runs in the family. You can also talk about possession regarding family. Here's an example of that. This wooden furniture has been in our family for generations. This is often used in two different contexts. A person is proud of having kept or inherited the furniture, or perhaps one family member would love to see the wooden furniture disappear, while the other loves it and wants to keep it for all eternity. Let's have a look at some examples in which we use family together with a noun. Typical nouns include background, history, connections, relationships, and ties. Do you know anything about her family background? Yes, unfortunately, she has a family history of heart disease. Due to their large family and their many family connections, they've gained quite a lot of attention in their hometown. Family ties are normally unbreakable. They prefer to stay in their home country because of family ties. There are several other nouns we can use. Here are some prominent ones. The family business was founded in 1872. Most people have several important family commitments. We have seen our net family income drop by about 15% due to inflation. Back in the day, everyone had a family doctor. Those were great times. My favorite family holiday is Christmas. Our family motto is, never give up. Notice that we mainly use the prepositions, in, or within, when talking about family. Arguments over inheritance are unfortunately quite common within most families. On a side note, it's quite useful to know that native speakers often use family and friends together, as if it were a fixed phrase. Support of family and friends is of fundamental importance in most people's lives. As mentioned in the beginning of this video, we often talk about children using the word family. It works like this. The number of parents with young families is decreasing. This might lead to a population implosion. They have a very small family. They have few children. She always wanted to have a large family, but unfortunately she was unable to become pregnant. They married last month and are planning to start a family soon. This means they are planning to have children momentarily. In English you can also raise a family, which means to bring up a family. Thank you very much for finding the time to watch today's lesson. It is recommended that you watch this lesson a couple of times, as this helps you further your language skills even more. If this video provided you with some value, do consider helping us. Subscribe, give a like and hit that notification button. This way you will never miss another video from us. Take care and see you in the next one.